Hey, y'all know what it is? It's another one of them shit that got your real partner blowing on something fat. It's me, Lil D, with that fantastic P. Hi, and I got some news you can use. NFL Sunday's here, so of course it's that shit that got me blowing on some fat sports. And we're gonna go over this week's game. Last week I went 12-4 against the spread. It's a messy spread, but I went 12-4. That's not bad for the first week. This week I really went against my normal prediction because I'm favoring a lot of the favorites and giving up the points. So let's start this thing off. Let me read these statistics off to you guys to give you guys some leeway. Okay, first game on the slate. New England at Miami. Miami was a dumpster fire last week in Indy, giving up scores on each possession. Indy scored on each possession last week against Miami, and this time they're back home, and I think that was an anomaly. I think the Miami gets right. They're favored by 1.5. The over and under is 44. I would probably take the under in this game, under 44, and I would probably say not only take the 4.5, but take Miami and give up. Take the under at 44. Take Miami giving up the 1.5. Next, we got Cleveland at Baltimore. This is a divisional game. Baltimore held Cincinnati to 16 points, another anomaly. It was 17-16. They cleared the spread. And I think in this game, they're going to clear the spread at a clip. Baltimore have a lot to be mad about, so I know that they're ready to handle their business this week. And I believe that they'll win. But I don't believe that they're going to cover. Any pro team almost, if you give me 11.5 and you just ain't and you got some defense, give me that 11.5. So I'm taking Cleveland with the 11.5. Next, I have Chicago at Detroit. I don't know what to say about Williams. I don't know the number one pick. I just, I'm not sure about he being sure because he looked like a game stopper at the beginning of that game last week against Minnesota. And then in the second half, he came out and he looked like a rookie again. So with that uneven play and with them being on the road to Detroit and with Detroit needing that get back after being stumped by Green Bay last week, I'm going to give the points in this game. Give the points to Cleveland. Give the points to Chicago at 5.5. Because they show me something. Chicago ain't showed me nothing yet. And you got to really be stable at the quarterback position. Caleb Williams just hasn't shown me growth yet. He showed flashes, but he hasn't showed me growth yet. On the other end, I think Detroit, this is a get-right week for Detroit. So give Chicago that 5.5. We got the Giants at Dallas. This is an interesting matchup. But when you're taking Russell Wilson with his missing 6 of 10 passes downfield, they can't throw the ball. He can't throw the ball down the field. He didn't have none of them blooper passes he usually, them bubble passes he usually do and nothing else. And I don't trust him. So all that to say, Dallas -6, give the 6 to the Giants. I'm taking Dallas. Carolina, the over and under in that game is 44.5. That's probably a good bet because I think that's the under on that gonna be good. So we got the under and we got Dallas in this game. You got Carolina and Arizona, two teams with the shortest quarterbacks in the draft history. Number ones, both of them. What can I say? Tyler is the shit, and the quarterbacking for Carolina, I don't know what to say. He looked like he slipped right back in to his bad habits. You know what I'm saying? So he was jumping, throwing jump passes and everything, couldn't see over the line. He's really in trouble of losing his job, you know, so the quarterback for Carolina, you know. I'm gonna take Tyler and give up the 6.5 because they haven't showed me they had no quarterback play. The over and under is 45.5 in that game too. LA at Tennessee. Although Cam kind of showed out last week, he just doesn't have the players around him to transition into winning yet. You know, so Cam gonna be a good quarterback, but you know, them Rams -5.5 is my play. The over and under is 42 on that game. Seattle at Pittsburgh. I didn't believe in Sam Darnold, and he has to make me a believer. He's going into Pittsburgh with J.J. Watt and all them, and I'm going to take Pittsburgh and give up the 3. The over and under on that game is 40. You might probably play the over in that game, you know. Come and think of it, it might go under, but take the over on that game if you're going to bet the over and under. I would advise. Jacksonville at Cincinnati. This is get right for Joe Burrow and the crew. You know, Jamar Chase. You know, this is a get back game. Burrow after a loss, Cincinnati after a loss, is like 82% chance of victory, you know, the next week. So I'm gonna take Cincinnati and give the 3 up. Buffalo at the Jets, -6.5. Justin Fields and them had a good day against Pittsburgh, but I still just think Josh Allen is too much for the Jets, and so I'm gonna take Buffalo and give up the 6. This is the most teams that I've took giving up the points in a long time. So I'm taking Buffalo and giving up the 6.5. San Francisco at New Orleans, very interesting, you know. Is not playing for San Francisco, Purdy. So, you know, you got Mac Jones going to play, but it don't matter. That defense in San Francisco going to shut New Orleans down, and Spencer Rattler in New Orleans, so they're going to shut them down. I still see San Francisco with all their injury winning by 3. You know, so take San Francisco and give the 3 up. Denver at Indy. Is all that they choose to pick the teams they want to pick, you know what I'm saying? And always mark the quarterback up like he going to be, you know, and I don't think that he's the truth, you know, and they had him like he was a top flight quarterback. No, Denver's got a bum quarterback, and you're giving Indy the 2.5. I'm going to take the home team with the 2.5. Then you got the Chargers at my team, the Raiders, and giving up the 3.5. This is a divisional matchup, and I think Geno continues to shine, and Ashton gets going, you know. So it's going to be a problem for Cincinnati. It's going to be a problem for the Chargers to even win that game. But I'm going to take the 3.5 that they giving the Raiders. I love the Raiders as an underdog. Atlanta at Minnesota. Minnesota minus 3.5. Now, I took Minnesota and gave up the 3.5. Atlanta's a ascending team. I started to take Atlanta, but something had me circling Minnesota. So take Minnesota. I'm taking Minnesota and giving up the 3.5. Tampa Bay at Houston. After being in Atlanta last week and squeaking out a victory on the basis of Penix taking Atlanta down to tie the game and the field goal kicker missed the kick. That's the hardest thing in football, to do all that work to come back and your field goal kicker don't come through. And I just don't think Atlanta's ready to go on the road. But how'd I pick that one? I misspoke. Well, I've circled Minnesota, so I'm going to ride with it. Take Minnesota and give up the 3.5. Tampa Bay at Houston. This is the second week in a row that the Bucs has been on the road. So that traveling hurts a team. Take Houston and the 2.5 with that defense. So we got Miami, Cleveland, Detroit, Dallas, Arizona, LA, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Buffalo, San Francisco, Indy, the Raiders, Minnesota, and Houston. And we'll go over this after the games has been played, and we'll see where this leads to, because they're not giving the Raiders and Geno no respect. And Geno was really the best long thrower in all the games last week. Nobody throw the ball as far down the field on down the field connections as Geno did. And I think he's gonna repeat that again. When you have a quarterback, it drives your whole team. So everybody counting the Raiders out, count the Raiders in. I'm counting them in, and I'm taking the 3.5 just because they give. I'm gonna probably end up giving it back to them. So there y'all have it. We will go over these scores after the games have been played, and this is what they come to see. I went 12-4 last week, y'all. Listen, and it's only gonna get better because as we get to watch these teams, we're gonna find out what they really made of. We're gonna find out what they really made of, because some gotta give. Two more movable forces, when they come together, some gotta give. And so we're going to look and see what the scores look like after the games are played tomorrow and Monday. And see what your team look like. You know what I'm saying? And see how y'all picking them. I had a high average. Mine was better than mostly all of the analyzers on TV last week. I went 12-4 against the spread. So check me out. Love me, like me, share me. I'll holler.